Alright, we got a no heat call on a system we installed obviously last summer. There's the XR14 AC unit, and I'm betting that the valve is not on in the unit, or possibly not even on the gas line coming into it. There's our flue pipe that we hooked to. This was just a change out, and it was already a 90% furnace and whatnot. So let's go into here and find out what we got. See if we can get these people some heat. Okay, here's the system. XB90, so it's a entry level 90%. This existing flue pipe certainly was ugly. I don't know if that's the right type of silicone on that or not, but I don't know what that's all about. I don't care for that. So anyway, let's get it opened up. Well, that's on. See if we're getting a code at all. Yep. That's a 3 flash. Pressure switch stuck open. Oh, geez. Well, that's not good. Doesn't have any water improperly in it. What worries me is if we pull that tube off like that and draw and blow on it and it goes back to working right, is it going to do it again in the middle of the night tonight? So I will go look through the truck and see if I have that pressure switch. You know, getting the normal blinks. At least we will. And it says it's stuck open again. So, sometimes some other things that can cause that, a clogged flue pipe, stuff like that. And the switch will not close. And the first thing I'm going to do is see if drawing on it manually will close it. Okay, just at the moment I have jumped out the vacuum switch and got it started in order to get them some heat. The house is really cold, so I'm just going to let it heat up while I'm investigating here. And looking at the flue pipe, it's pretty long. It has also got a few elbows in it. It's got more 2-inch fittings than I'm comfortable with. You can run a couple of 2-inch fittings in a short piece of pipe and then go straight to 3 on a furnace this size. So what I'm going to do, not only is it got an elbow outside, but it's got one of these shower drain restrictors that people put on there because they think, you know, squirrels or critters are going to go up there. But so I'm going to saw that off and just leave the pipe open and see if that relieves, you know, adds any flow to it and helps the switch to close. And we may have to make some changes in the flue pipe further than that. So I'm going to try that and see where that gets us before I go changing anything. Okay, I wish it was a little bit longer because, well, for two reasons. You know, I think it'll be okay, but I'd be comfortable if it was about a foot long. And then I like to get a more drastic, I call these baloney cuts. Got that name from the old Harley drag pipe style. But the angled cut, while the pipe is definitely designed to carry water back through the furnace into the drains, condensation, I just don't want to invite rain to add to that volume, so I cut that angle cut to give it kind of a hat across the top. But nonetheless, you know, I'll probably leave this like this, or if I did anything, I would saw it straight and put a coupling right here, which the coupling would be the what's called a break-off joint. The city requires, the county doesn't. We're in the county. But and then that'll let me add a foot-long piece of pipe with a sharper angle cut on it, and then I'm happier with that. But let's go in here and test it once or twice again and see if maybe it'll close the vacuum switch with that little bit of flow we added, or restriction we removed. I mean, not only did we remove a 90, but we removed that shower drain type screen, whatever you want to call that, on the end. I don't like those, but we see them now and then. So let's see if that made a difference, and after that we'll try another vacuum switch if we have to. But I believe this is a flue pipe issue here, an excessive length and too many elbows. So let's go back on. Okay, it looks like that has definitely had an effect, because I took my jumper off and reconnected the, we call it a pressure switch, I call it a vacuum switch, and it fired right back up. I'm a little reluctant that it may have done that because you know, the pipe is hot, it's all up and running, and I'd like to see it through a cycle. But to show you what I mean, the 2-inch comes out of the furnace and makes a complete U-turn here, 180 degrees. There's 2 elbows there, and there's another 2-inch elbow there, and then we quickly did go to 3-inch right there. All right, this right here just looks a little restrictive to me, and I believe had we just put 1 elbow here going this way and then came over here and cut into this pipe and immediately went to the flat reducer, which is this thing that comes in the drain furnace, and that allows water to travel, you know, without building up in the little cup of it. So we would have 1 2-inch elbow go straight over here immediately into 3-inch, and then a 3-inch elbow right here going straight out. And that's a pretty long, it's probably 30 foot of straight 3-inch there. So I think if we make that change, we'll probably be even better. But I'm going to go in the house and cycle this a couple of times. I'm going to let it, I'm going to satisfy it with the temperature number, let it cool the heat exchanger and the flue pipe completely down, and then cycle it back on. I'll probably do that about twice, and if it's, you know, if it's working consistently, then we'll probably leave it. But definitely don't like this excessive amount of 2-inch here, and I mean, this could have even been done better with a, you know, immediate increase to 3-inch right here, and then a couple of 45s over there, which would flow better than 2 elbows. So if we have further trouble out of this, that's what we're going to do, is make a change in this flue pipe. But we're going to cycle it a couple times and see what we got. Okay, just thought I'd give you a quick view of it from this side. There's a lot of insulation floating in the air. I hate to be breathing on that. You can see where the furnace is, and see that it just unnecessarily makes that U-turn and then goes into another elbow and then turns into 3-inch. So it should be cut up here and piped over directly into that 2-inch outlet with little to no 2-inch length of pipe and elbows at all. So I think I'm going to have my guys come back here and make this change and take this possible hindrance away from us. But as you can see, that looks to me like they were just trying to hurry up and tie it back into what as much of what was already there as they could. And of course they'll say, well, we didn't have this or didn't have that, but you know, we keep a parts truck here, so that's probably not true. And then we also keep a you know, a parts runner on the job. I call her a supervisor, but we have a girl that goes and gets their lunch, you know, pretty much gets them anything they need. We are a little bit out in the country, but nonetheless, I think this was done in a hurry and I'm not happy with it, so we're going to change this. But I think we've got them heat for the moment. But you can see this thing makes 2 U-turns that it really doesn't have to make, you know. So I believe that's why we were able to make a difference just by taking that restriction off the end of the pipe. But anyway, we do have them heat, and we do see what's going on, and the product is not letting me down. It's the installation. So lesson learned, and move forward, and thanks for watching.